They have been waiting nearly 4 years for this moment. Tonight, family members of 3-year-old Marcus Haislip III are one step closer to seeing a suspect go to trial. Today, the Jackson County prosecutor charged Derek Wren Jr. with second-degree murder. Wren is accused of shooting into a car back in 2017, killing the young boy. KCTV5's Emily Rittman dug through the court records that detail what led to today's charges.
Investigators believe evidence will prove 28-year-old Derek D. Wren Jr. opened fire on this car on May 12, 2017, near 54th and Park. 3-year-old Marcus Haislip III, his father, and uncle were inside the car. All three were shot. The boy's dad drove the car to Research Medical Center for help, but the child did not survive.
This is a precious 3-year-old who no one can have an argument with. Nobody can have a disagreement with.
Last year in Kansas City, Missouri, 2 other children under the age of 10 were victims of homicide. 20 other homicide victims in 2020 were between the ages of 10 to 20. There were also 119 non-fatal shooting victims between the ages of 10 to 20 last year. According to court records filed in this case, in 2019, the Missouri State Highway Patrol Crime Lab notified detectives that DNA from a styrofoam cup found at the crime scene matched the defendant. In September and November of 2020, new witnesses told detectives that Wren had confessed to killing the 3-year-old. One witness said the murder weapon was hidden in the backyard of one of Wren's relatives. KCTV5 News spoke to Marcus's mother and father in 2017.
He was a sweetheart. I mean, that's my baby.
It's like a piece of my soul is being chipped away every time I think about him.
Today, Jackson County prosecutor Jean Peters Baker read a statement from Marcus's mother. The mom said their family misses Marcus every day.
Paw Patrol, Spider-Man, and Oreo cookies and chocolate milk were some of his favorites. And he wanted to become a football player when he got older. There were times I felt I wouldn't see any progress. So for even making it here, I am grateful. Marcus was my 3rd child, such a sweetheart. He loved his family, he loved music.
Wren, who was already in custody for a federal charge of attempting to acquire a gun while under indictment, is being held on a $250,000 bond for today's charges. Emily Rittman, KCTV5 News.
Now, Marcus's father, Marcus Haislip Jr., is accused of shooting 2 people at a Kansas City gas station in 2019, including a man described as a person of interest in his son's death. Prosecutors have not told us whether Wren was the person shot. The other victim was a security guard. Both men survived.